Hi, I'm Dr. Arjun Khalsa, and this week's video, we're going to be doing something a little differently. Over the past many years, you've probably watched me doing golden milk and immune boosting teas and the ginger onion garlic toast video. And it's kind of morphed a little bit over the past several years into more breath and yoga and then mindset and removing subconscious blocks and raising our energy in order to create our health. And one of the big components, I took this course, gosh, probably almost 20 years ago now. It's called the Wealthy Women's Prosperity Circle. And I can't find it. I wanted to buy it from the lady. She closed it down. But it was so impactful for me because it was 18 months. It was all women. And we went through saving, spending, and investing and money mindset. And all those were so imperative to my health because we're not taught about money in school. We're not taught about it at home, really. We only kind of see what our families do, and we kind of pattern that. And then schools, I mean, I think I learned how to balance my checkbook in some like gifted program, but I don't think that's something we learned in just general school. And then all we get is a credit card application in college, and then we have student loans, and then we buy a house, and hopefully we have at least 5% down, which is what they normally say is 5%. So no one's really telling us how to do our money and where we get our habits about money and what we're supposed to be doing. I mean, there's so many cool classes now. There's Dave Ramsey and Susie Orman, and those are my two big ones, but there's so many people out there doing really cool stuff. So this is not that kind of a class. We are going, so Kaylee, I'm teaching this, or what I'm doing this video because I just wanted to share with you my bookkeeper, Kaylee, she worked with my husband at SeekNet for many years, and now she's my own bookkeeper who's working with especially women, entrepreneurs, and solopreneurs. And she's been phenomenal. And I actually took one of her courses that she did on money mindset, and I loved it because she talks about not just the thing about you need to budget, put 6 months of savings away, and all that stuff is amazing, and we're getting you there. But what I really love is really finding out where our subconscious blocks are. Because like I said, most of us, we're just kind of floating along. Like, we see things on TV and they're like, oh, you can get this financing for this amazing car, or you can get this credit card and go on this vacation, or get these miles to fly, or whatever it is. But we're not really taught before we get all those things, like what are we doing to get those things without putting ourselves into debt or overstretching ourselves, or doing things because it's emotional versus what's really good and true for ourselves. So a lot of the things that we're on kind of autopilot, whether we know it or not. We've been taught things, usually unconsciously or subconsciously, because all the programming from the marketing and our outside world, our social circles, our families, those are what's really imprinting us. And this is what I think is so primary of importance for all of us, is that a lot of times we're not even being driven by our conscious minds. Like, have you seen those people, and this is no judgment, it's something I've really noticed, because what we know in our lives, what we've been brought up to know, or what was implanted us, and early on, this is even before we were 3 years old, but from 3 to 7 and then 7 to teenagers years, we get so much information into our subconscious minds. And so we're behaving the rest of our lives based on that input. And so it takes a lot of momentum to get around those blocks or those old imprints that we have. And so this class we're going to be doing coming up this Monday, and if you don't make it this Monday and you're seeing this video later, feel free, you can get the recording later on from us. And you can always connect with Kaylee too, because she does some of these classes regularly. But what we're going to be going through is finding out, helping you figure out where it is in your system, where in your subconscious, your unconscious mind, that you're holding these patterns that are holding you back from being prosperous. Because what we see in prosperity, there's these huge statistics, like only 50% of Americans have money in savings that will get them past a month. So if someone loses their job today, they only have a month's worth of savings, but that's like 40%. It's not even that much. So I would say most of Americans, and hopefully people are like better in other countries than us, but people don't have savings. So that means people are really not in good shape. And I don't know what all those reasons are. I can assume. I see people buying cars that are more expensive than my house. I'm just joking, it's not that much, but cars that are really expensive, people get their nails done, we get our makeup, people are getting all these like fillers and Botox and all these things, which is great, but on top of that, why are we doing that? Like, what's motivating those things? Are we spending all of our money on clothes and the outside things because our self-worth is coming from our external environments? And think about that, because it's a huge motivator, especially in our culture where there's so much coming at us all the time about what prosperity and success is supposed to look like. So what we're posing in our class are ways for you to start, and this is no judgment from us at all. This is all internal work that you get to start exploring and getting curious about and seeing where things land for you. And it's not like we're going to be fixing everything in these 90 minutes, but we're going to be giving you possibilities and alternative ways of looking at things, and then tips and tools and skills so that you can start digging into where those old patterns came from and how you can start shifting those into something else that works better for you, that's more successful for you, and gets you into a life that you really love. So I hope you can join us for this class. I just saw Kaylee's email going out to her list, and she said she was up last night. She was so excited because she didn't want to just teach this class. She wanted to actually take this class. And I actually feel the same way. Like, I am so excited to take this class because I'm going to be learning from her also, but to have all of you join us too, because together, when we create this prosperity for ourselves and this abundance, then you get to start choosing life rather than life just knocking you around and kind of being at the mercy of the bills and the emergencies that come up. We want you to feel empowered and take your power back, and a lot of those finances. So when we have the money to live our amazing lives, we get to do all kinds of cool things. And a lot of it's not just going from paycheck to paycheck, but what other kind of amazing, abundant things can come into your life that feel inspiring and make you feel alive, because prosperity is pro-spirit. It's like bringing your spirit up, because poverty doesn't feel good. It's really, it feels terrible. No one feels good in poverty. And so we want to get to that place where you're feeling like in your body, like you get to live from your heart and be excited about where you are. And maybe you're in horrible debt right now, but let's start working on that. You get to start working with us, even with this video, watching this, hopefully you're planting some seeds. Go check out Dave Ramsey, he's awesome. Go check out Joe Dispenza, he's got amazing things. Susie Orman, she was one of the OG financial people. And then come join us on Monday, because we've got so many cool things we're gonna share with you, and we're so excited to be with you guys. So let's do it, come on.